Woo! I know, I'm a little jacked up. Hey, guess what happened? Let's talk about what happened this morning, Della. I'm looking at you. I woke up this morning and my fingers were... Them shits was hurting. This one's still swollen, in fact. And I'm not trying to body shame Della. I never would. All right? I like a chunky human. I like chunks. What I'm saying is, Della's a whole lot of woman. Here's why I went wrong. And I should have given it more time. I wanted to break in there, okay, and start messing with my new deck. And that was a mistake. Also, if you can see my hair, like, just ignore it. Right now it looks like every heavy metal drummer in the 1980s. Just look away. I'm not in a Grim Reaper tribute band as the singer, okay? Just calm down. Since there are no reverse to this card, there is no reason why I should have been shuffling with a bridge. Like I would for Morgan. Wow, look what Morgan's showing me right now. What is that? I know, listen, Della. I know, it's our time. It's our time. I know. I know, let me just find out what she's saying and then we'll... Okay? Sudden misfortune, ruin, and pain. Awesome. I mean, Morgan, are you just trying to get my attention? You know what? In like 6 months, this channel is just going to be devolved to me talking to like 30 decks of cards like they're all my pets. It's not going to be a good scene. Regardless, Della's a whole lot of woman. And I love her glossy, smooth, like, my tactical senses are, what is it called? Whatever that is called where you touch things. See, I'm not that smart. It's glossy. It's like, this feels like a fleece, you know, blanket or something very soothing. This is very soothing. But I've learned not to shuffle her the same way that I would Morgan. My tendons, I mean, I want to say that my wrist is even still a little swollen. My appendages are very angry. And no, Della, it's not your fault. You know why? Because I didn't know how to handle you. Okay? And that's my bad. You know I love you, girl. We do private readings with Della. I'm not ready to... I'm still trying to figure out... Hey, you know what's great? Why wait until you know one deck before you buy another 4 decks? You know, why wait? Why learn something thoroughly and then go to the next one and learn that one? Time management is what I'm saying. All right, let's look at some other questions. Oh, I know what I wanted to do with Della. I know what I wanted Della for. I have kind of a serious question. You know I like to goof around, talk the smack, I talk a gang of shit, just miles of it. But I do have one serious question. Oh, here's some other question from my coach. We're going to get to those. Here's a more seriouser question than the ones that I've been doing. I don't know if anyone's noticed. People are, I want to say, because of recent events, particularly the lockdown, here's what I fail to understand. And this is just a general... Okay. For people with chronic conditions and chronic illnesses, once you get diagnosed, and I know this as one, the lockdown actually didn't change my life hardly at all. There were places of businesses that were shut, but deliveries and having to cancel plans and not knowing if you're going to be able to do something, that is the gig of the chronically ill. We kind of learned to live like that when we start getting diagnosed and we start learning how to manage our conditions. For people who have never had a condition, this is an excellent time for the chronically ill to help people in lockdown adjust. Because I'm going to tell you something. If anybody thinks that we're just going to snap right back to the way things used to be, you are mistaken. And as upsetting as that is to think, this may have actually changed. Like, numerous people have died in my social circle, and there have been no funerals. Now, luckily, for me, like my dad died, we didn't do a funeral because, I mean, they're gone. There's no point. In my family, you just get cremated and you donate your body to science or whatever, and they just send you the box after they're done with it. Like, because you're not there. Everybody has different traditions. Holidays are coming and people are freaking out about it. And I get that. But I consider myself lucky that in my family they were never that big of a deal. You do, you don't. Hey, how about if you just take the money you would have spent on me and just spend it on yourself? Happy holidays. There's your Christmas present, whatever. No big dinners, no big to-dos, no big traditions. I feel like I've been able to exist as well as I have this phase of our life because I am not a person with a lot of traditions and a lot of preferences and a lot of expectations and a lot of, you know, the cultural occasions. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just when you're a chronically ill person, you say you'll try to make it to that wedding, but if you wake up that morning and you're puking in a trash can, guess what? You're not going to the wedding. And a lot of people don't understand that unless they themselves get a chronic illness, and even then, a lot of times they don't really apply it to your situation. Suddenly they're the only ones that have ever had a chronic illness, and they kind of don't go back and like look at you and go, oh my God, is this what you've been going through? Because now they're the ones with it, and that's no shade. I mean, I'm just talking about human behavior, and I'm not judging it. It's just something that I observe a lot. It can be kind of frustrating. But if you are having trouble with the lockdown, think about any chronically ill friends you have, and maybe ask them for some pointers. I can give you a few right now. I had a Zoom birthday party. You can do that. I know it can be kind of awkward, okay? But if you're used to using Zoom and you get used to seeing your friends on Zoom, which that was the first time I had really done that for a social occasion, then when you do get together for like huge events, it won't be that big of a deal. People will know, you know, if I need to talk, I'm going to raise my hand, or I'm going to just take things and go with the flow. And because you can't have like side conversations really. You can go to a separate room, I guess. I say all that to say this. it's okay to adapt to it's okay to shift with the shift. It's okay to pivot in response to events. It's okay to say, I feel terrible that I'm missing out, which that's understandable, but it's also okay to say, okay, how can I move forward without dismissing the way I feel right now? There's nothing wrong with feeling upset. I would be super upset. I remember how upset I was when I realized that I used to go to shows a lot, all the time, and it just, my world has become smaller and smaller in the name of, managing my condition. So I completely understand why people are upset. I completely get it. I would offer this. Now's a great time to pick up creative projects. Now's a great time. The internet has a lot more than just subreddits on it. It's got the National Geographic. Most of the museums are free. Most of the universities are offering free classes. Something that's ever interested you ever. Something that was deviling you while you were out in the world, and now you have a chance to kind of read up on it and kind of really get clear about how you're going to handle it if and when we ever go back to normal. But honestly, I know everybody did okay for the first 6 months because they were focused on, it's only 6 months, I can do this for 6 months. It's not going to be just 6 months, and I think we all know that. We think we're just going to but then, you can't have it both ways, None of us can. I know that's upsetting. I'm just saying, this is a good time to think about all the things that you said if you wanted the free time you would do. Because, I would be shocked if this didn't go on for another year and a half. Now, for people like me, it's going to go on for the rest of our lives. There's no cure for what I've got. I'm not a good candidate for the surgery because I have some comorbidities. This is as good as it's going to get. But I'll tell you what, I'm making it as good as I can. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. I'm going to enjoy this as much as I can. So, that is, I didn't even read any cards, but I feel like I just wanted to talk about this. This is something that's affecting all the humans. When I talk about humans, I'm talking about all the humans. We are all humans. And it's very human to be upset right now. Whether or not you behave from that place of being upset, that's up to you. I'm just saying that if you have any chronically ill friends, maybe they could give you some pointers on how to adapt to this so that you don't hurt yourself or other people.